Get ready for The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Hello and welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. You can join us each and every day of your work week all throughout the day on Civic Center TV, on Comcast Channel 15, and on AT&T Channel 99. In addition, you can find us online in high definition all day long, including on demand on CivicCenterTV.com. Click on our Watch Live page to watch us live during our shows throughout the day, and also find us on our on-demand page by clicking on the on-demand link or going to the home page where we'll post our episodes each and every day after they are completed. In addition, you can find us on social media via Facebook Live, facebook.com/CivicCenterTV15, and the best place to find us both live and immediately on demand right after the show is on YouTube, youtube.com to search Civic Center TV West Bloomfield, and you'll be taken to our page at Civic Center TV. In addition, you can always listen to us during our live programming simulcast on 89.3 Lakes FM and on lakesfm.com. Plenty of options for you to tune in each and every day to every single edition of the Splash Live throughout your work week. And looking at last week, a little bit rainier than we would have hoped at certain times, but very sunny over the weekend, Diane. A little bit of a mixed bag this week, but how's the first part of our week going to look?
So today, Tyler, we have partly cloudy skies, and we're expecting highs of 83 degrees and lows of 60 degrees throughout the night. No chances of rain for today or tomorrow, Tuesday, which is also going to be partly cloudy with slightly lower temperatures. We're looking at highs of 76 and lows of 63 degrees. Going into Wednesday, temperatures will rise again to 81 with the highs and lows of 67. We might expect little showers earlier in the morning, but it will clear out throughout the day, Tyler. So it's a little bit of mix of this and that this week. But nevertheless, it's still pretty, it's still warm, and the sun is still going to be shining.
Middle of the week, a little bit of rain, maybe some thunderstorms, but those bookends, the start of the week and the end of the week, including the weekend, looking really nice here in Greater West Bloomfield. Making headlines throughout the community on this Monday, West Bloomfield Schools is providing information on their free school meals program. We'll give you information on what you need to do to get your child access to that and other similar programs in the West Bloomfield School District. Therapy dogs provided a helping paw at the Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital recently. We'll give you the details on that new program they've put in place through Henry Ford Health System. West Bloomfield School District's Family Fun Night is coming very soon, just a few weeks away. Julie Beaty will join us from the West Bloomfield School District Board of Education to discuss this annual event, the 12th annual Family Fun Night at West Bloomfield High School. In addition, Chico Elementary School teachers are dedicating their time to prepare for the August 28th first day of school, just a week away, and they're hard at work getting the school ready for kids to come back in the classroom. If you're looking for a job, maybe a change in your career, and perhaps have some skills in collecting information and disseminating information quickly and accurately, perhaps become a police and fire department dispatcher. Public safety dispatcher job with West Bloomfield Township has opened. We'll give you details on that. In addition, a lot going on at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library recently, unveiling their new community art project. In addition, their Read to a Dog program has returned, and the Friends of the West Bloomfield Township Public Library will soon be holding their used book sale. Details on all of those coming up as well. Plus, things to do in Michigan, a very well-respected Facebook group with over 8,000 followers recently had highlighted the prettiest little city in Michigan. We'll give you the details on that. Plus, a Dine and Discover event is on its way, coming to town through Jewish Senior Life. We'll give you information on that program as well. Plus, upcoming performance of the Troy Community Chorus, and details on when the Oxford High School shooter is set to have his sentencing heard by the Oakland County Circuit Court in the coming weeks. That's all coming up next on the Splash Live. Stay tuned for all the latest news and information. We'll be back after this break.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? it was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Watch Civic Center TV with our brand new live captions. To turn on live captions, go to civiccentertv.com and click Watch Live. In your web browser, click on the Options tab in the top right and find the Accessibilities tab. Then just switch on live captions to heighten your enjoyment of our local programming. Thank you so much for watching Civic Center TV.
In the face of COVID-19, staying healthy is important.
And now the same is true in the face of flu.
Influenza has the power to infect millions.
But it's easy to protect yourself, your family, and your community.
The flu vaccine is safe and effective. And with COVID-19 still around,
It's essential. Together we can face flu season head on.
Visit michigan.gov/flu.
And now, back to the Splash, live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. Even here in the West Bloomfield School District, kids going to school each and every day don't always have access to affordable meals, both before school and during school during that lunch period. But there are programs in place, including some additional aid this particular school year coming from the new school aid budget in the state of Michigan. Michigan's 14 million public school students will be able to receive potentially free meals both at breakfast and lunch all throughout the 2023 and 2024 school year coming up over the next several months. That's all part of a $160 million appropriation to the state's school aid budget in a program that's being called Michigan School Meals. It's going to provide reimbursement to school districts for the meals that they're providing to the students throughout the year. Every single district that chooses to participate will have students in pre-K all the way through grade 12 eligible to receive one breakfast and one lunch per student free of charge. Beyond that, other charges may be applied, but at least one breakfast and one lunch meal will be provided to students through this program each and every day. And Calvin, I'm not sure if we have a QR code for this particular post from the West Bloomfield School District. If not, we'll provide some information of that later on in our description of today's program. But if we do have that QR code, Calvin, if you may show that, or just let me know in my ear. Details on that. Okay, so in the meantime, while we're talking about that, you do have to sign up school district by school district. Families must complete a form within their particular school district, and that information is being provided one school district to another in order to help the state determine eligibility for similar programs such as this. Maybe your student needs more than just one of each of these meals every single day, and other assistance may be needed. Now, in the West Bloomfield School District, there are programs such as Blessings in a Backpack that help to cover some of that need, and that is really grassroots driven within the school district with parents and volunteers all throughout the week collecting food and then putting those free and non-perishable meals into students' backpacks very discreetly as well throughout the week, so that they have food when they go home for the end of the day or go home over the weekend that may otherwise not be on the table for them. But in this case, this program, Michigan School Meals, is through the state of Michigan. You do have to complete a form on the West Bloomfield School District's website in order to have your student be eligible for this program and be within this program's parameters through the state of Michigan. So if you need more information on that, wbsd.org is the place to go. That's their website. You can also find a link to their Facebook page, facebook.com/West Bloomfield Schools. And they did make a post about this with a link in that post that will allow you to then click through and go straight to the portal that you need to put this information in order to get your child access to these free school lunches and school breakfasts each and every day. And Diane, really a huge part of the new outlook on education in the state of Michigan, this new funding that's gone into education, some of it through additional COVID-19 funding that's still within the state's coffers, and others from other appropriations that are making this an emphasis, making sure kids that may otherwise not have access to these meals at all have at least access to 2 meals a day, and particularly during the school day, which can be very tiring for them both mentally and physically.
That is true, Tyler. Unfortunately, with inflation and everything going on right now, not only in Michigan, all over the nation, food insecurity has become an issue. So, I mean, it's so unfair that parents have to worry about whether their children get to eat in the school or not. I mean, this does not only affect their education, it affects their whole life. Like, how are they going to get any education done without any nutrition in their bodies? And it's a very sad reality that we live in. And it's great that it's not only a government initiative, but also, as you said, Tyler, some community members are getting together to address these issues, these food insecurity issues, which I hope soon will be resolved. But so far, this is a great initiative, and I hope everybody who is facing these issues will just fill in these forms and make sure that their kids get the right nutrition so they can perform academically well.
It doesn't mean that it's necessarily a requirement for all kids to have their breakfast or have their lunch through the school each and every day. It's just something that's available to these students on a case-by-case basis as needed, and it would be free without any necessarily additional hoops other than filling out a simple form so that the school district knows how many meals they need to ask the state to reimburse each and every day throughout the school year. You're now seeing that QR code on our screen on CivicCenterTV.com, as well as on our Facebook and our YouTube pages. We'll give you a few moments to scan that or pause our video and scan that QR code, and that will take you exactly to where you need to go, the exact website. Another place you can go is the Facebook page of the West Bloomfield School District at West Bloomfield Schools on Facebook.com for more information. Across the town in West Bloomfield on Maple Road at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital, dogs being deployed to provide some therapeutic effects on both facility and facility workers, as well as those that are patients in the hospital or visiting patients in the hospital recently, and one of what's being called a dog de-stress day at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital. Here are a couple of dogs with some of the staff members, volunteers as well at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital, providing them a break and a little positive release for the day, hanging out with some dogs. And those are dogs you can pet, unlike some other service dogs that you're encouraged not to pet because they're doing a job and that may distract them or may otherwise cause stress to the person that they're protecting. In this case, these are dogs you can interact with at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital. You go to henryfordhealth.com, you can find probably more information there on when specifically these dates are going to be held at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital. But a lot of smiling faces recently at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital, and a lot of people, I'm sure, being helped by having the presence of these dogs in the hospital, which can be stressful, of course, for patients and for the families, but also for these hospital workers who are busy every single day. Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital, the largest employer in West Bloomfield Township, and certainly a lot of people being helped through this program. Dayan, always great to have a little bit of one-on-one time with a dog for some comfort and to bring you a smile in the middle of your day.
Definitely, Tyler. As you know, as everybody says, we truly do not deserve dogs. They are one of the most amazing creatures for mankind. And therapy dogs, these therapy dogs and whoever is handling them, they're doing a great job taking their dogs there and allowing people to pet their dogs and just be there for them. It's such a stress relief, Tyler. It's scientifically proven to enhance your mental health. So it's great that they're doing this to people who are already in a very stressful place, such as the hospital. And it's just amazing. It's always good to have dogs around, I guess.
Yeah, both facility and owner-handled dogs were on site, but all really not only trained to be friendly, but naturally very friendly and comforting dogs. And so that providing some relief at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital recently with one of their dog de-stress days. I'm sure they'll have plenty more coming up. Not just fun at the hospital, but fun at the high school coming up in West Bloomfield Township. We'll give you information on their upcoming Family Fun Night event, the 12th annual of this event, coming up in just a few weeks at West Bloomfield football's first home game, September 8th. We'll talk about that entire event, what it is, and how you can participate with Julie Beaty after this break on The Splash Live.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live.
Many people are feeling overwhelmed and struggling with mental wellness these days. So be kind to your mind. Give yourself permission to breathe. Share your feelings. You are not alone. Have hope. Talk to a Stay Well counselor for free confidential help 24/7 through the COVID-19 hotline.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got to go to bed.
You gotta stop with that depressing stuff. That's what white people think.
You alright? It just feels like it's coming from everywhere. Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Ronnie started doing prescription pills at the age of 15, and by 19, he died. If your child is struggling with drug use, try not to be too proud to reach out for help. Don't be worried about what the neighbor will think or your family. Just get your child the help they need. Sometimes it's the hard road to take, but the hard road is nothing compared to living with the fact that your child is no longer with you.
There's hope and help at drugfree.org.
When you have a gambling problem, you have a money problem. Don't let your gambling cause you financial hardship. If you or someone you love is struggling with gambling, we can help. Get free confidential counseling and win your life back. Learn more at michigan.gov/problemgambling.
And now, back to The Splash Live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. I'm Tyler Kieft, alongside Dayan Chaaban. One of the favorite fall events and get-togethers in the West Bloomfield community and the Greater West Bloomfield area is Family Fun Night, happening for the 12th annual time this fall as West Bloomfield kicks off their home football season against the Rochester Hills Stony Creek Cougars in week 3 of their season, just a few weeks away. Joining us now to talk about Family Fun Night is Julie Beaty, the secretary of the West Bloomfield School District Board of Education. Julie, thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Yeah, glad to have you on to talk about this. It's a fan favorite event. Lots of people come out every single year, not just for the football game. Many come out just to attend Family Fun Night itself and maybe see a little bit of the game. But really, it's a great time to get together as a community, have some fun, and learn a lot about the community as well. So for those that maybe are new to the Greater West Bloomfield area or haven't attended Family Fun Night before, what is this event? What is Family Fun Night?
So Family Fun Night is a way for us to celebrate the Greater West Bloomfield community, which includes West Bloomfield, Orchard Lake, Keego Harbor, and even parts of Sylvan. So we really want to be able to have an opportunity for the entire school district and the entire greater community and the businesses and the different municipalities to come out and really celebrate being together as a community. And that was the initial purpose of Family Fun Night, was to pretty much create this, Friday night lights anchored around a football game where we all could get together before the game and just celebrate community, and also at the same time recognizing the men and women of service. So we recognize them during this event as well.
And it's an interesting concept too, because it's happening at the high school. It's happening on a football night, so you know you're going to get a lot of people out there and a lot of eyes on these different community organizations, and of course our local heroes in the police and fire departments, as well as in the U.S. military and other organizations too. So why tie this in to that sort of an event like a football game, and what is important about having this early in the school year where kids are excited, and it's, in this case it's the first home football game of the season, something that's going to be a rarity in this particular fall. What about this event is important to not only show the kids but show the community about what it means to be together?
Yeah, that's a great question. The purpose is to really bring them into the school district. We only have one high school, so it even makes it easier to celebrate the high school, the students. It's coming back together in the fall. It's celebrating that, kind of creating and celebrating that smaller town feel, even though we're larger. And really utilizing the fact, as I just said, that we only have one high school. And all roads, all of our schools lead to that building. And we really like having that opportunity, as I said, to celebrate the community, but also the children in the community. And recognizing they're going back to school, it gives them something to look forward to. There's so many different activities for the children to enjoy, as well as the adults. So it's really just a celebration of our students in the greater, as I said, the greater community. It brings in opportunities for local businesses, as well as other organizations that support our community, and really gives them an opportunity to do a little one-on-one with the residents as well.
And what's really cool about this is it is bringing all these different businesses and organizations and then institutions like police, fire, EMS, and the military into one consolidated area in the parking lot at West Bloomfield High School on one specific day. But it's also giving the kids a vision of what it means to be a strong community and a community that's very tight-knit and supportive of one another. And that has to be able to pay some dividends in the classroom and in those classroom environments to see this is what it means to be a community that's together. Now it's your turn to kind of take that lesson you're seeing on this night and bring it into the classroom.
Absolutely. And it really shows the students that they have a destination and that it's a friendly destination. A lot of times the younger kids and the parents of younger kids are a little hesitant about a high school because they're all the big kids. And a lot of our high school students actually volunteered during this program, and they get to interact with the younger children in our community. And it really shows that this is a place that you want to be, that this is a destination that you're going to want your children to go to, and that they are all Lakers. This entire school district, all of our students are Lakers, and we are West Bloomfield strong, Lakers strong.
We're joined by Julie Beaty, the Secretary of the West Bloomfield School District Board of Education. Family Fun Night is coming up in just a few weeks, Friday, September 8th, from 5 o'clock until 7 o'clock. That 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock is when all the fun and games are happening. And the game happening at 7 o'clock on the gridiron. West Bloomfield High School taking on Rochester Hills Stony Creek in their home opener and their OAA Red Division opener as well. You can view that game on Civic Center TV and listen on 89.3 Lakes FM. And Julie, we talked about all the community elements of this event, and that's great, but it's Family Fun Night. Tell us about the fun.
Oh, there's a ton of fun. And that's, I actually worked with our previous principal to create this event 12 years ago. So I'm one of the founders of Family Fun Night. And one of the things that we really wanted to have was different activities for the younger kids, but as well as like the middle age or the middle school kids who are a bit harder to entertain. So there's a ton of fun. Each organization that participates brings some type of activity. So for those smaller kids, there's bounce houses, there's face painting, there's, temporary tattoos. For the older kids, we do have the photo booth you can participate in. Sometimes we have a climbing wall. The Army comes, the Navy comes, the Air Force, the Marines, they all bring different activities for the students to engage in. The Marines might bring like a pull-up bar. We've had a video semi-truck brought in so that you could go in and play video games within the semi-truck. So there's a lot of different activities for all different ages. We've had the bubble soccer game going on before in the baseball diamond. We've had the police department there. They play softball before the football game. We've had that activity. So there's so much dunk tanks that the students can dunk their teachers and principals in. Everybody loves that. Mr. Scrivo always has a very long line of students ready to dunk him in the dunk tank. So there's a lot of interaction, not just within the high school, but all of the different schools, teachers and principals participate as well. So there's a lot of fun activities for all of the students, no matter what age you are. 95.5 comes out every year. They broadcast out of the parking lot and play music for us and sometimes do giveaways. So there's a lot of different activities.
More information on Family Fun Night can be found as well on WBSD.org or on their Facebook page, facebook.com/West Bloomfield Schools. Joining us is Julie Beaty, the Secretary of the West Bloomfield School District Board of Education, also one of the founders of West Bloomfield Family Fun Night, happening Friday, September 8th, beginning at 5 o'clock, leading right up to the West Bloomfield football game against Stony Creek. And most weeks when you have a home football game, you got to pay for your tickets. This year, all that's being done virtually and has to be done in advance, Julie. But this is a special day and a special situation where fans can get into the game for free. Tell us how they can do that.
Yes, absolutely. So wear your spirit wear. Any student wearing spirit wear can get into the football game for free. And just in case, because this is an earlier start, earlier game in the season, and you don't have spirit wear if you're new to your school, the schools will be selling spirit wear at the event itself. So if you don't have spirit wear, don't worry. You'll be able to get some there and wear that and get into the game for free. It's all about supporting.
And so, Julie, and you had mentioned that this is happening earlier than usual. Usually, it's about mid to late September that Family Fun Night is happening. It's really in the middle of the early portion of the football season, happening a little bit earlier this year. I know the answer. I know why. But for those that may be wondering why it's happening really on the second week of the school year, tell us why it's on September 8th this year.
Yeah, we have very few home games this year. Evidently, we have a really good football team, and it's challenging to get other teams who want to play us. So we only have 3 home games this year. So it's a little earlier, but we also have to take into consideration the weather. So we chose to do it the earlier of the home games that we have. So enjoy. Please come out to watch because we only have very few home games this year. So please join us to this one.
Yeah, great opportunity to get in and see a good game against Stony Creek, a rising team in the OAA Red Division. Take on the West Bloomfield Lakers, who at that point in their season, you'll know what their team is all about, having kicked off their season at the Zenith Prep Kickoff Classic in Detroit at Tom Adams Field on the campus of Wayne State University, and then gone on the road again against Birmingham Groves. Now will be coming home for one of their 3 home games this season, because a lot of their opponents had previously been home games the last time we had seen them. So a shorter home season for the Lakers this season, but kicks off with a lot of fun on Friday, September 8th, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at West Bloomfield High School. Free fun activities, including a dunk tank, touch a truck, fun games, and an opportunity to meet a lot of community organizations and businesses making an impact day in and day out right here in our 4 communities. Julie, before we let you go, we've talked a little bit about this previously, about what this event brings to the community, why it's important to have something like this happen year after year, and why it's continued on now for coming up on its 12th year, the 12th annual event this year. But in terms of what you hope parents, kids, and others who attend take away, what do you hope is the overall message or the lesson that maybe they can take from seeing something like this, from experiencing something like Family Fun Night?
Yeah, there's a couple different factors that I would like people to take away. One, it's the sense of community. And one of the goals of this is to take this community that is spread out to have a better sense of that one school, one school district, and that we are together and that we are in this community together. And it's showing also students to give back, that you don't just live in a community, that you should be part of your community. And also it's recognizing the men and women of service. It gives the students an opportunity in the greater community to talk one-on-one with the fire department, with the police department, to interact with the different arms of military, to be able to offer our thanks for the sacrifices that our men and women do for us every day to keep us safe. There will be a piece of the Twin Towers that the fire department will bring. So it's really an opportunity to come out, have some fun, get together before the school year starts, enjoy some really nice Friday Night Lights type of activity, that community event, and at the same time, being able to recognize the men and women who serve us every day.
Again, more information on Family Fun Night can be found on WBSD.org or keep up to date with them on their Facebook page, facebook.com/West Bloomfield Schools. Julie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thanks to you as well. The 12th annual Family Fun Night happening Friday, September 8th at West Bloomfield High School. It all kicks off at 5 o'clock. Free fun activities, touch a truck, bounce houses, a dunk tank, games, and more, as well as a way to interact with many of our nonprofit organizations and local businesses, making an impact every single day. Then a big football game happening, 7 o'clock, the home opener against Stony Creek, which will also be live on Civic Center TV and on 89.3 Lakes FM. We'll take a break on The Splash Live. Plenty of more news and information coming up. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more on The Splash Live.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Watch Civic Center TV with brand new live captions. To turn on live captions, go to civiccentertv.com and click Watch Live. In your web browser, click on the Options tab in the top right and find the Accessibilities tab. Then just switch on live captions to heighten your enjoyment of our local programming. Thank you so much for watching Civic Center TV.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, I can have a drink. Or the says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside. I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
And now, back to The Splash Live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. We're just 1 week away from the beginning of the 2023-24 school year in West Bloomfield. The first day of school, Monday, August 28th. And right next door to us at Chico Elementary School, educators hard at work preparing their classrooms and the other environments within Chico Elementary for the first day of school. And that's consistent across the entire school district. You see here a teacher getting ready, doing some painting on the walls. materials and making everything nice and pretty in the hallways at Chico Elementary School, and getting her classroom ready as well with some books and other reading information also in that cart you're seeing on the picture on the left in that window. Plus, really clean hallways. We saw in recent weeks the custodial staff doing a great job making everything nice and clean and shiny as kids get ready to come back, put their book bags in those lockers, and head back into the classroom in just 1 week. Also happening just down the road from us at Doherty Elementary School as well. Teachers getting the sign ready those last few days of summer. What you should be doing: read, rest, and play. That is what two educators had posted on that sign, as they also repainted it, making it look nice and shiny and very visible from the street as you're heading toward Doherty Elementary School. First day of school, just a week away. Kids and parents getting themselves prepared to head back to the classroom. Maybe you are looking for a new career, or maybe you want to change jobs within your career. A great place to work is at the West Bloomfield Township Police Department, and it's also a great way for you to make an impact on your community. They're currently looking for a full-time public safety dispatcher that will be both dispatching for the West Bloomfield Police Department as well as the West Bloomfield Fire Department. So that includes also services for dispatch for Keego Harbor and other communities as well in our local area. It's a full-time public safety dispatcher job. It'll be operating a full range of telephone and radio duties in a 24-hour facility that has been recently updated and is undergoing updates as we speak at the renovated West Bloomfield Township Police Department headquarters up by Town Hall. In addition, you'll be retrieving confidential information quickly, answering calls for assistance, and relaying those calls to dispatch for fire, the police department, EMS, rescue, and water units as well throughout our 4 communities. In addition, conducting records checks is also among some of the duties of this job. A high school diploma or a police dispatch experience in the past in your career is required in order to be considered for this job. The starting pay is very good, $50,225, and by year 5 you can be making over $60,000 working this job. 1 of 2 shifts will be where you ultimately land should you be hired for this position. You'll either be on the afternoon shift beginning at 3 p.m. and ending at 11 o'clock, or you'll be on the midnight shift that begins at 11 p.m. and ends at 7 a.m. That will happen after your training. If you are interested, you have 1 more week to apply. The deadline is August 28th. wbtownship.org/jobs is the place to go for more information on this position and others, both within the West Bloomfield Police and Fire Departments, as well as other departments of West Bloomfield Township. wbtownship.org, and this a great opportunity to change your career, but also make a big impact on the community. Diane, as a police dispatcher, not just really being a police dispatcher, that's why they call it a public safety dispatcher, because you're relaying this critical information across our 4 communities to all different departments.
That is true, Tyler. It is a great job opportunity, first of all. It is a great job opportunity for people who are seeking to work in the community right now, and I think the pay is well. Other than that, it is a very high responsibility job. It's just the most essential job to do at a police department, because it all starts with dispatcher, right, Tyler? So I think it's a great job opportunity with great responsibilities. They're offering a lot of good amenities for whoever is applying to that job. So I think it's a good opportunity to start off with.
Yeah, especially if you are someone that's keen on attention to detail, relaying information that you've received very quickly and taking in information as it changes very quickly. A really good spot for you to be in and make a big impact on West Bloomfield and the Tri-Cities in our local communities, as well as other neighboring communities that are supported by our local police and fire departments, and those that support our police and fire departments as well. wbtownship.org, the place to go for more info on those jobs. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. On the other side, a lot is going on both now and in the near future at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library. Dayan Chaaban has more on that after this break on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No, he started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too
Sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiver.
And now, back to The Splash, live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live. This is Dayan Chaaban alongside Tyler Kieft. So the West Bloomfield Library is hosting a captivating community art project right in its lobby, and it's going to be displayed until September 1st. The project features a tree adorned with leaves, with hand-printed leaves, each representing a community member and showcasing their uniqueness. So as you can see in the pictures, this is the tree. Then if you can, Calvin, if you can just yes. So this, each and every single leaf on the tree represents a person in our community. So the West Bloomfield is inviting everybody to view and appreciate this tree and just take a look. They also had this very cute Facebook post asking people if you would know who represents each and every leaf. So Tyler, this is an amazing, just an amazing art project, just representing how unique each and every person is. And also it brings these community members together, just like knowing each and every person, their uniqueness, their diversity, but also we are all one community members joined in this whole tree. So I think this is incredible, Tyler.
Yeah, something interesting about this is it kind of builds off of that human library event they had recently, taking all these different people's life experiences, applying them to yours, and really seeing on a broader scope just how different, how many different kinds of people, different walks of life we have right here in West Bloomfield Township. So a great effort by the West Bloomfield Township Public Library in that regard. And Diane, plenty of more fun also coming up very soon. We talked earlier about therapy dogs at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital, a similar program happening at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library.
Yes, Tyler. So it's Read to a Dog program, which was made for the younger generation, those younger kids that are going back to school, who want to practice their reading in a non-judgmental environment. And what better to do this than with a dog? So this happened over the weekend, and the West Bloomfield Library shared amazing pictures to the success of these events. Most of these dogs are trained to sit there and listen to these children. So I bet both dogs and children enjoyed this. The children were able to practice their reading skills before going to school. It provided them with a stress-free environment, a non-judgmental environment, as you said, Tyler, because, I mean, dogs are not going to judge, and it's easy for these children to read to these dogs, practicing their reading skills, making them feel more comfortable as they go back to school and they have to read in front of all their other classmates. So this is another amazing program that was hosted by the West Bloomfield Library over the weekend. Coming up, another amazing event also happening at the West Bloomfield Library is the Friends of West Bloomfield Township Library. They are hosting this summer used book sale. So it's coming up in August 25 until August 27th. The sale will take place at the West Bloomfield Public Library's meeting room, located at 4600 Walnut Lake Road. If you are not a member of the Friends of West Bloomfield Library, you can just pay a little fee of $10 to get in. You can still participate, but you pay a little fee as you walk in. The preview sale on August 25 is happening from 7 to 9 p.m. The sale hours, as are as follows. So on August 26th, it's going to be from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on August 27th, it's going to be noon to 3 p.m. So it is a great opportunity for people to look into these used books. They're probably going to be sold at a lot less than they are new books. There's a lot of, as you can see, a lot of books to read from. Again, if you are not a member, you can still participate. It's only $10 per non-member. So if you are a member, you can participate for free. If not, it's just $10. And this is an amazing event coming up. Again, it's coming up from August 25 to August 27th. So be on the lookout for it. And for now, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back to the Splash Live with more news and events.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously, and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Watch Civic Center TV with our brand new live captions. To turn on live captions, go to civiccentertv.com and click Watch Live. In your web browser, click on the Options tab in the top right and find the Accessibilities tab. Then just switch on live captions to heighten your enjoyment of our local programming. Thank you so much for watching Civic Center TV.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. You can join us each and every day throughout your work week on cable television as well as online on civiccentertv.com and on social media on Facebook via Facebook Live and on YouTube Live each and every day for the latest news, information, and events happening right here in our four communities. There's plenty of that always happening in the prettiest little city in the state of Michigan. That, of course, is Sylvan Lake, one of our tri-cities here in the Greater West Bloomfield communities, recently highlighted on Facebook in a pretty large Facebook group called Things to Do in Michigan. They highlighted Sylvan Lake in a recent post showing pictures of the beautiful water and the harbor. Here you're seeing a picture of the waterway outside of the Oakland County Boat Club, one of the long-standing institutions in Sylvan Lake and in our local community, as well as lauding them for many of their local activities and restaurants and other things to do in the community. A really great place to go, especially over the summer season when the city really comes alive. Well, it really kicks off on Memorial Day with their parade. A couple of pictures here of the fun happening at Sylvan Lake's Memorial Day parade. And that's just really starting off all the fun in the summer as people are getting back out into the sun, going for walks across the community, heading out to the community center for events all throughout the summer, week in and week out, whether that is yoga inside the community center or their fun and games nights on Wednesdays and some of those larger concerts for the Sil Sunsets concerts all throughout the summer that are also occasionally happening at the Sylvan Lake Community Center or in the driveways of people's homes right in the heart of the city. And of course, one of the gems of the community that's brought a lot of excitement to Sylvan Lake in recent years has been the Sylvan Table. You're seeing an image of the restaurant on our website on civiccentertv.com, on our cable television broadcasts, as well as on YouTube and on Facebook via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. A place that's tough to get into on some days with a lot of reservations being made, but bringing a lot of excitement to Sylvan Lake as well, the Sylvan Table. So much to do in Sylvan Lake, and if you're looking for more information, either go join this group, Things to Do in Michigan, on Facebook, which has just about 8,000 members at this time, so a lot of good press for Sylvan Lake, or of course, go to their website, civiccenter.org to find more information, go to their calendar and look up all the great events that are happening all throughout the week, all throughout the year, and get involved if you're new to the prettiest little city in the state of Michigan. Diane, just one of the many places you can go for a lot of fun activities in our local community, including for health and wellness, but plenty more on that side of things in terms of events in our communities coming up. Tell us about a really fun event that's all about dining and discovering wellness in our community.
Yes, Tyler. So this is a senior event. It's called the Dine and Discover Wellness event. It's happening at the Jewish Senior Life. So it's going to be hosted by the Jewish Senior Life on August 22nd, tomorrow. So this event, Tyler, is they're bringing rehabilitation wellness experts to introduce a thing called age emotion, which introduces people to how they can, it enhances the seniors' quality of life, giving them a multi-dimensional approach to wellness, mind, body, and spirit. So again, it's happening tomorrow, and it's hosted by the Jewish Senior Life. Everybody is welcome, so it's not just for Jewish people. It's everybody is welcome. They mentioned that on their Facebook page. It's a free event, but it's best if you register just so you can reserve your spot. So you can reserve your spot by calling Tracy Prokovich. I hope I'm saying this right. Yeah. So Tracy, you can call Tracy on 248-592-5048 to register, or you can email her at tproghovanik@jslmi.org, or call again 248-592-5048. So the event is happening tomorrow at the Jewish Senior Life. Tyler, it is very essential that our seniors also enjoy these type of events, and they get introduced to these type of wellness events that enhances their life, right? So I think this is quite important.
Yeah, it is, and especially given that they're bringing experts into this who are well aware of the health ailments that tend to affect our elder residents, and ways to work around those or work with those ailments in order to help these individuals maintain their health, both in the kitchen and out in the community and in their movement as well. Providing them with information on how to get around these aches and pains, how to work through those aches and pains, keep active both socially and physically to maintain your health and maintain your quality of life as you get into your latter years. And again, as Diane said, this event not just for those in our local Jewish community, open to the entire community through Jewish Senior Life, and happening this week. And they have great outings like this all throughout the year to get our senior community and those that are helping them, their caretakers, their family and their friends as well, get involved in helping them maintain a high quality of life for many years right here in West Bloomfield and in the surrounding area. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. Other news and information coming up, including a fun event happening in Troy this week, plus an update on the latest in the Oxford High School shooter trial. That's coming up next on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it? I won't.
It's potent and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
And now, back to The Splash, live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live. This is Dayan Chaaban alongside Tyler Kieft. So the Troy Community Course is looking for members to participate in their choir. They are welcoming members to join in their 2023 fall season starting on Tuesday, September 5 at Troy Athens High School. The registration to the choir will take place in the choir room from 6:30 till 7:30. There will be no additions, and it will also take place on September 5, 12, and 19th, followed by full rehearsals. So there will only be rehearsals. There are no additions. Everybody is welcome to join as long as they have a good vocals on them. So again, everybody is welcome to join. The winter concert, they are looking for these new members so they can join their winter concert, which will take place on December 1st. So again, it's gonna be you can register on Tuesday, September 5 at Troy Athens High School from 6:30 to 7:30. Tyler,
yeah, really fun way, Diane, to get involved in the community and also explore your passion for music. Look, you get out of high school, you get out of maybe college and those sorts of environments where there are formal choirs or a cappella groups that are formed. That's not exactly common in our communities over the years as you go through life. So if you still have that passion for music, that passion for singing, and you want to get involved in something in your community, a great way to do that outside of our local area and across Oakland County are these community choirs, including one in the city of Troy. An update on the trial of the now 17-year-old Oxford High School shooter who pled guilty last year to shooting and killing several students at Oxford High School, as well as injuring other students and a teacher and leaving them hospitalized. Well, over the last couple weeks, there's been this so-called Miller hearing that's required for underage offenders who are potentially facing life in prison based on the sentencing if they are to be sentenced as an adult. And the Miller hearing, the point of that is to determine were there other factors that played a key role in this at this point nearing adult, but at the point of the crime, a teenager committing the crime that he did commit on that day, whether it was mental illness, whether it was a troubled home life, something along those lines that may have played a factor in him ultimately making that decision. That hearing did recently conclude, and we now have a date set for when this shooter, now 17 years old, will ultimately be sentenced, and the results of that hearing will be made public. That's going to be happening on September 29th. Oakland County Circuit Court Judge Kwame Rowe will make a final decision in terms of the fitness for this particular young man to face life in prison, as well as the ultimate sentence of the Oxford High School shooter, putting some much needed closure to this case, ultimately something that may never have closure for the community, but in the criminal side of things will provide some closure. The big question here is, was he mentally ill at the time of the shooting? That is going to be a critical factor in this. That was a key argument that was made by his attorneys, by his legal team, in terms of trying to avoid him having a life sentence in prison. More information will come out in the coming weeks as we approach September 29th, the final day for that decision. Here in the greater West Bloomfield community, so many great sights and sounds all throughout the year, and especially now when it's nice and sunny outside throughout the summer. And you can get involved with our show right here. Look, we have reporters, we have Diane and I, we've got Calvin and Jared behind the scenes making an impact. You can be part of our team as well by simply just sending us your pictures over social media. Here, let's take a look. If we have the ability to here at some of these pictures that we've seen on social media, and you can just tag us on Facebook or on Twitter or on Instagram, and that might be your way to get on the show, get a shout out right here on the Splash Live, taking beautiful pictures all across the community, or even videos. Just tag us on Facebook or on Twitter or on Instagram. Diane, give people the information on how they can do that very briefly. Got about a minute.
Yeah, Tyler, so they can add us on Facebook at Civic Center TV 15 and on Instagram at Civic Center TV, and as well as YouTube at Civic Center TV 15. They can add us and tag us on all these beautiful pictures, or if they have any additional videos, you can tag us or send us a direct message via Instagram or Facebook, and we will share them, definitely, those amazing pictures.
Yeah, always happy to see good views from around the community, including people getting involved, people recreating together, and enjoying the beautiful sights and sounds of the greater West Bloomfield area. Plenty more news and information coming up all throughout the week right here on The Splash Live.